The award-winning actor sitting next to me needs no introduction, but I will do so anyway. Courtney B. Vance is here at the 23rd Annual Martha's Vineyard African American Film Festival, but this time not in the role as an actor. What brings you to the island, sir?
Our production company, Bassett Vance Productions, is one of the sponsors here this year, and it's time for folks to know that we do a little bit more than just act, my wife and I, Miss Angela Bassett. So we're very excited to be here. We're very excited. Our whole team is here. Specifically, our focus is really talking about what we really are about, which is diversity and projects that speak to the diverse aspect of what our world is about and what our country is about.
You have always played roles that have captured an essence of strength and of purpose. With the African American Film Festival giving a platform for creators of color, is Bassett Vance, is that your mission as well?
Absolutely. We're unapologetically Black, and our world is unapologetically multicultural. The idea of trying to pretend like it's not is what this country has really been about for as long as it's been a country. But we are a multicultural country and a multicultural world. So speaking to all of us and trying to find the middle ground, and sometimes you can't find it, and you just have to be. You have to be Black, you have to be white, you have to be gay, you have to be trans, you have to be who you are, and tell your own story and tell your own truth. And that's what our company is really trying to continually do, regardless of what the political agenda or political landscape is, talking about who we are and talking about what the stories that speak specifically to what this particular person's story is about. We really believe that if you build it, if you tell a good story, people will come. There's a documentary that my wife and I just watched, the Ed Sullivan Show, and he did 10,000 hours, 10,000 guests on his show, and all of his producers were, all of the sponsors were trying to tell him, don't bring of-color people, don't bring Black people on the show and hold their hands and give them hugs and give them He said, it's going to be okay. And that's the message that we have for our company to our world is it's going to be okay. Just tell the story, and then the people will decide if it's a story that it's something that they want to see or don't want to see.
One of my favorite quotes is, if you don't have a seat at the table, you'll wind up on the menu. How will Bassett Vance Productions change the menu for artists of color?
By having good food.
Okay.
If the food is good, the people will come. It may take a minute for folks to recognize, but that's the business of food. We're in the business of entertainment, the business of sports, the business of healthcare, the business. If you take care of people, eventually they will hear about it and come. These days you can hit a button and people will show up if you build a good product. If you build a good product, you have to have faith, and if you don't try to tell people lies about what you do, which is very prevalent today in the social media world, which is why young people, I think, are having an increasingly difficult time, because they think that it's not the people that they see, or what they're showing you are not real. But if you do something and you do it well, and you put yourself in it, and you put your spirit into it, and you tell your truth, people will come.
How have you been able, in such an illustrious career, to maintain dignity and to maintain just the heart and the joy of doing this again and again and again, when we see so many depictions of ourselves not through the lens that we would want to portray it? How have you maintained your own strength and then to carry it to build a platform for others?
I think Angela and I, we were trained in the theater, and we were trained to do our best. and to find the truth in whatever we're doing. If we're doing a small role, because there are no small roles. If you're doing something that, I don't need to be the lead, but I'd like to be impactful in the way the story turns. Whatever the situation, I think, and that's what people, and if you're blessed enough to be able to work and continually work, people start to see the work, the body of work, and every time they see us, we are doing the work. We are finding the truth in whatever we're doing, whatever the character is, whatever the moment is, whatever the project is. We're finding, even if we're not in it, the truth. We're about finding the truth in whatever that project is, and that doesn't change for us. We don't do projects that go, well, I know it ain't good, no good, but just do it. We're not going to do that. We really don't do projects that we know are not good, and that it's just a check for us. We long ago we recognized we're going to save our money so that we don't have to do that, and we don't have to do projects that we don't really believe and don't really want to do. The difficulty with a company is that you start to see what the industry puts up with, and what the industry does, and what the industry will pay for, and that comes into conflict with our mission as artists and as a company, that we don't want to do that. But if you don't want to do that, then you may have to wait to do your projects, because we ain't paying for that.
So do you see yourselves as disruptors? As revolutionaries, like as a way of changing the status quo, or do you see yourself as the evolution of what needs to happen for Black creatives, ownership?
By virtue of having melanin in your skin, we are all revolutionaries. We all have a part in pushing the needle in the direction which is forward. Sometimes we have to take a step back, sometimes we have to go lateral, but the direction always is forward and up. And freedom is always a fight. Right is always a fight. If our ancestors had at any point said, well, this ain't gonna benefit me, so I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna spend the time. But Martin Luther King said he could tell where he was, what airport he was in, by the smell. 12 years of just 27 days out of 31 in the air, on the road, never knowing his family, never know. So if he can do that, if Stokely, if W.E.B. Du Bois, if Ralph Bunche, if they can sacrifice when everything was a no, I can do it. When there's some yeses around me or some maybes, I can do it. And for the younger generation, there is no excuse. I don't care what the political landscape is or what's canceled. You can take your phone and you can take some AI and you can do whatever you want to do.
So you're telling the young people, no excuse.
Do your thing. Do your own thing. Do not wait for anybody to tell you or to give you a platform. Make your own platform and use that as your calling card.
Courtney B. Vance. Bassett.
I dropped the mic.
You dropped the mic.
I drop this sucker?
I mean, you should just drop it and walk off. That was a master class. You drop it and walk off. I really have no dismount. You gold medal. You did, Simone Biles.
Did I stick it? I stuck it.
You stuck the landing.
Okay.
Sir.